Hello everyone, I am Teddy Nacious, and today I'm just going to show you one of my failed works. I say failed, but I didn't really send it out anywhere. It's mostly failed because I set up a deadline and I failed that deadline. Yeah, it's like 3 months overdue. It's just been staring at me, so I figured I'd do something with it at least. Maybe I'll work on it, maybe I'll fit onto it again, but for right now I want to work on something new. So this is just how I say goodbye to this. And hopefully I'll learn something new from this. Hopefully you learned something new from this. Um, yeah. So what do we have here? Behold, a manga. Well, if you can call it that. It's like just really rough sketch. But it was something I was trying to work on. But hey, the first step in doing something is to do it and fail at it. So let's take a look at this failure, see if we can improve, see what we can learn, and just go through it. Now, I just kind of want to give an idea of what this manga was about, and or at least the pilot. It's supposed to be a one-shot. But I digress. So let's start with the first page here. So we have like an establishing shot. These are supposed to be trees. I can't really draw trees well. But so we have a cart and we have a bird. Close up here. Our main protagonist right here. Like, I think I need to add some background, so definitely need to work on some background. A bit of my perspective also needs to be working on that as well. Maybe some sound effects too, like something like for the rickety wheel stuff, because it's supposed to be like an old wagon. Alright, page 2. Sorry, it's kind of hard to switch. What else? So yeah, it's supposed to be a cover page. Gives you a hint of characters, the big bad of the story arc, some mysterious people in duo with the bird, and some other people that might show up. So, to start off with, we have a rush of horses going along. And clack, hits rock, people following, a little whip sound. I guess I can add the sounds in, why not? And, well, ideally, I know manga you're supposed to read right to left, but I sort of like drew this to left to right, like something like this. Anyway, let's go. See how that looks in the camera. Okay. Oh, oops. Did not mean to show this. Just pause that. Ugh, sneeze. Excuse me. Where was I? Oh, yes. So, person is picking up the other person who fell off because, surrounded by bandits or something. I don't know. Ching. She goes, protect her lady, maid, and noblewoman. Gotta step. Hello. Like comes. I need to really work at my drawing. Here's Bird because Bird is awesome. Then, but the bands are confused because of this whole casual demeanor. I think I drew him a bit older than I would like. Should have made him younger for this point in the story that I'm trying to develop. But anyway, he's having a casual conversation. Fucking gloves. Simple 3-point paneling, but talking about how a little bit of introduction. I didn't really draw any speech panels for this. Script writing is hard, so that's just something I gotta get used to. Anyway, little tippy taps for sneaking. Big crunch, which I think I can do a little crunch here. Look out! Out. Just fix that. He dodges. A little thing right there to indicate the next page, which bam. Okay, and it's like right above the out of the borders too, so I thought that was pretty cool. The guys are shocked. I put a little speed lines there, but tosses the bag of food because he was hungry. Proceeds to demolish them. We have bird. What even is this? A bird wrecks that guy. Anyway, we get a bit of an explanation on who they are. They do a little intro. Bandits tied up, fire, all that stuff. They're explaining how they escaped their kingdom, how a crown was stolen, which I am making that a plot point too, but that's something that's nothing I gotta work on. Yeah, this whole manga making thing is pretty tough. Manga, comic making, whatever, they're the same thing. Anyway, they see something interesting. They mention someone that brings this guy's attention. Now, I haven't really figured out a name yet. I'm thinking Soul, but there's like already a million souls out there. She describes our main antagonist for this panel. Some guy by the name of Balank. To which this guy goes and rustles into his wagon to fetch something. Oh, it doesn't look that defined. Yeah, I made it way too pointy, so that's something I gotta work on. Consistency. I do like this angle though. Okay, need to work on background here to establish shots. And we got the little throne room area. I'm not sure if I wanted a area in between outside to show the outside courtyard. But here we have the main antagonist, Balank, is what I'm going with for now. Here he is describing the whole situation. How his men stole the armory and was just wearing the new armor. I did that mostly because I didn't want to draw faces, and I feel like, yeah, that worked. He's discussing something with an advisor person. They are talking about how it's impenetrable, how there's nothing that can go wrong. She disappears behind the robes. Robes? Curtains? Curtains. It's like there's nothing that can stop me. Dun, dun, dun. Bam! I find a way to do this. Ta-da! Huh? My favorite lines too. How come you were pulling the card? It was my turn. We had a classic thing of this nice stare down. Who are you? I'm Balanx. Bow before me. You're not him. What? Like that. Guard, seize him. Another line that I really enjoyed. I wish I wrote, but the real Balanx would not let guards do. Oh, I need to word it right. The real Balanx would be the first one off that throne. And he pulls out his weapon. Let's get a bit of a laughter because this is a wooden sword. I don't know if I drew it right to convey that, but it's just like a piece of wood. Get a little zoom up into the details of it too. So yeah, the maid is in disbelief. The nobleman's like putting her heart into it. This is supposed to be a panel where the knights surround him, but I actually did not draw that, so that's unfortunate. I didn't even realize I didn't draw that. I thought I did. So we go in. He winds up, and bang! So everyone's surprised that wooden sword is doing damage. Yeah, fight scenes are kind of hard to convey in manga, but I think I have a handle of it. That is to say, I need to get others to take a read on that. So then he just springboards off his sword. Onto the Balink. He slaps him, jumps off his chest, and crashes back into the knights. You know, that mysterious person is watching. She pulls out something, a little shard. Everything's all clear. Hear a crash, and then it's like, oh cool, I didn't know you had a pet creature. We don't. Oh. And oh no, it breaks. Just sees it because he's not out of options yet. It's just Belang talking mad shit. This guy, he's just mumbling to himself. Something's fierce. Oh, he's stupid to bring the people back. All that stuff. And then so linear. He basically just fires a beam out of his hand, hitting the giant little dragon creature. Shocking everyone because up to this point, he was just using martial arts. He was just beating the shit out of each other. So him firing a beam out of his hand is surprising. And this whole thing was the reason why I drew this whole panel, this whole comic thing in the first place. Like I just really wanted to make a double-page spread, and then all of a sudden, I now have a comic. Well, sort of. I have a rough sketch. Anyway, going from there, Blonde gets swept up by the tail. They both get wept out. She's admiring it, how that type of magic can only be done by the Shining Wizard. He buries his sword, goes in through here. There's a quick little prayer, thank you. Sees something shiny in the forest. Well, not in the forest, in the little tree in the courtyard. Goes up to it and sees something very enjoyable. What that is, I wonder. Anyway. So, as a reward, he gets a sword that he can use in between his quests. He's thankful. Oops. Backs up and gets everything ready. Looks into the thing that he got from the courtyard, all that stuff. And then there's this mysterious stranger who introduces herself, saying how she's looking for the Shining Wizard. He unfortunately tells her he's not the Shining Wizard. We go into a bit of what the Shining Wizard is exactly. But he can probably help her because he is a disciple of the Shining Wizard. Alright, so that's the basic premise I have for this. Anyway, thanks for watching.